There is a Europe rarely seen on postcards or in travel ads. Not the familiar landmarks, but mountaintops where clouds sink low enough to brush the earth. Cobblestone alleys that have carried the same whispers for centuries. And waters so clear every pebble on the bottom catches the light. Here, sunsets bathe ancient rooftops in gold. Morning markets awaken to the scent of freshly baked bread, and castles stand guard over valleys carved by time. This journey unveils 50 wonders of Europe, where stone, water, and time shape scenes that feel like fragments of a dream. From mist-covered peaks to sapphire seas embracing white sand shores, each place opens a new chapter in the epic story of beauty. And when the final door closes, the desire to explore will only burn brighter than ever. Giethoorn? Let's begin in the quiet heart of Overijssel, where streets are replaced by canals and boats glide between thatched cottages and willow trees. Giethoorn, often called the Venice of the North, is a village built on water, with over 170 wooden bridges and no cars in sight. Visitors can rent silent electric whisper boats to explore the canals, walk along narrow towpaths, or enjoy cycling routes around the lakes and meadows nearby. Cafes sit at the water's edge, and local museums offer a glimpse into Giethoorn's peat farming past. Every corner feels painted reflections on still water, flower-filled gardens, and ducks drifting beneath arched bridges. Here, the experience is simple float, wander, and let the quiet carry you. Volendam. Along the shores of the IJsselmeer, Volendam stands out with its colorful wooden houses and working harbor. Fishing boats bob beside seafood stalls selling herring and smoked eel, while traditional Dutch music drifts from cafes. In photo studios, visitors can dress in regional costume for a playful step into the past. The Volendam Museum showcases folk art, fishing history, and even paintings by artists who once came seeking inspiration, including Picasso. A ferry ride connects to nearby Marken, offering a scenic journey across the lake. Along the waterfront promenade, shops sell ceramics and hand-painted clogs. Families rent bikes to explore dike paths and visit the cheese factory, where tastings and demonstrations bring Dutch dairy culture to life. Volendam isn't just a tourist stop. It's a working village where locals still fish, craft, and celebrate traditions that stretch back generations. Kinderdijk. Set in the reclaimed lowlands near Rotterdam, Kinderdijk is a historic water management site shaped by windmills and canals. 18th century windmills line quiet waterways. Built to pump water from the polder, a system still functioning today and now protected as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Visitors can walk or bike along raised dikes past spinning sails, grazing sheep, and bridges arching over calm water. Open windmills reveal interiors with turning gears, steep stairs, and views across the Alblasserwaard. Canal boats offer another way to explore, gliding past reeds and mirror-like reflections. In spring, tulips and wildflowers brighten the meadows. In winter, the frozen canals fill with skaters. Even in silence, the place stirs each gust of wind, ripple of water, and creak of timber echoing a story of Serpabia shaped by land and sea. Zaanse Schans. North of Amsterdam, along the banks of the river Zaanse, Zaanse Schans offers a vivid glimpse into the Dutch Golden Age. Historic windmills still turn beside canals once busy with trade, now inviting visitors to step inside a 17th century paint mill, watch clogs carved by hand, or sample cheese aged in wooden racks. Among its highlights are Catharina Hoeve Cheese Farm, where guests can taste and buy local cheese. Decat Paint Mill, one of the world's only operating paint windmills, and the Weaver's House and Cooperage, which recreate the life of 18th century artisans. This open-air village hums with craft and character, bridging history and hands-on experience in one of the Netherlands' most iconic heritage sites. Marken. Once an island in the IJsselmeer, Marken remains steeped in maritime tradition. Its green and white wooden houses, built on artificial mounds called turpen, line narrow footpaths leading to the 19th century Paard van Marken lighthouse, the Marker Museum, and a harbor still dotted with fishing boats. Visitors can arrive by ferry from Volendam or cycle across the causeway. Along the way, they can visit local clog-making workshops, pose in traditional costume at photo studios, or enjoy smoked eel by the waterfront. Cultural experiences include the Catharina Hoeve Cheese Farm, where guests can sample and buy local cheeses, and the Marker Artisan Workshops, featuring the Weaver's House and Cooperage, which recreate 18th century craftsmanship. Each spring, Marken hosts King's Day, April 27th, with traditional dress, local music, and festivities. The Marker Bevrijdingsfestival, May 5th, celebrates Dutch Liberation Day with food stalls, crafts, and live performances, bringing this quiet village briefly to life in full color. Brienz is a quiet village on the northern shore of Lake Brienz, known for its turquoise waters, traditional wood carving, and scenic location in the Bernese Oberland. The village has a long-standing reputation as the wood carving capital of Switzerland, with workshops, a dedicated carving school, and local shops selling handcrafted figures, music boxes, and furniture. The Brienz-Rothorn Railway, a historic steam-powered cogwheel train, departs from the village and climbs to over 200 meters, offering panoramic views of the lake and surrounding Alps. Just outside the village, the Valkenburg Open Air Museum features more than 100 original buildings from across Switzerland, with live demonstrations of cheesemaking, blacksmithing, and rural life. Visitors can take boat cruises or rent rowboats to explore the lake, while walking trails around the village lead to alpine meadows and nearby viewpoints. Brienz is also a short ride from the famous Iseltwald Pier, and local restaurants serve traditional dishes like roasty and Berner sausages. Morcote is a small village on the southern shore of Lake Lugano, known for its hillside layout, historic charm, and lush Mediterranean setting. Once a fishing and merchant port, the village features pastel-colored houses, shaded arcades, and narrow lanes that wind up the slope towards Santa Maria del Sasso, a 15th century church reached by climbing over 400 stone steps. The churchyard offers panoramic views over Lake Lugano and the surrounding wooded hills. Along the waterfront, visitors can stroll beneath cypress and palm trees, browse artisan shops, or relax at lakefront cafes. A short walk from the center leads to Park O'Shera, a botanical park filled with Mediterranean and Asian-themed gardens, classical sculptures, and shaded paths. The village is part of the Ticino wine region, and restaurants highlight local specialties such as mushroom risotto, grilled lakefish, polenta with cheese, and merlot produced from nearby terraced vineyards. Ferries connect Morcote to Lugano and other lakeside towns. Gruyères is a medieval town in western Switzerland, perched on a hilltop in the canton of Fribourg and best known as the birthplace of the world-famous Gruyère cheese. The The village's cobbled main street leads to the 13th century Chateau de Gruyères, where visitors can explore furnished halls, art collections, and panoramic views over the Zaanse Valley. Just below, La Maison du Gruyère offers insight into traditional cheese production with live demonstrations, interactive exhibits, and tastings of freshly made wheels. Gruyères also hosts the H.R. Geiger Museum, an unexpected cultural stop dedicated to the creator of the alien film aesthetic, located in a restored chateau annex. Small shops sell local products like meringues, double cream, and artisan cheese, while restaurants serve steaming pots of fondue and raclette in rustic dining rooms. The village is car-free, easily explored on foot, and often included as a day trip from nearby towns like Boule, Fribourg, or Montreux. Grimentz is a traditional Alpine village in the Val d'Anniviers region of Valais. Known for its preserved wooden chalets, mountain scenery, and peaceful atmosphere, the village is lined with centuries-old timber houses, their balconies bursting with bright red geraniums in summer, creating one of the most photographed streetscapes in the Swiss Alps. Stone-paved lanes weave through the old center, offering access to artisan shops, cheese cellars, and scenic viewpoints. Just a short drive or hike above the village lies the Barrage de Moiry, a glacial reservoir with turquoise water surrounded by rugged peaks and hiking trails. In winter, Grimentz becomes a quiet ski resort with modern lifts, groomed slopes, and snowshoe paths through larch forests. Local restaurants serve traditional Valais dishes like raclette, viande séchée air-dried beef, and rye bread, often accompanied by regional white wines. The area also hosts seasonal festivals and alpine markets celebrating Swiss mountain culture. Lauterbrunnen is a glacial valley in the Bernese Alps, known for its steep cliffs, alpine meadows, and 72 waterfalls cascading from heights above the village. Staubach Falls, one of the tallest free-falling waterfalls in Europe, drops almost 300 meters and can be viewed just steps from the main street. Inside the mountains, Trummelbach Falls channels the meltwater of the Eiger, Munch, and Jungfrau through narrow rock chasms. From the valley, cable cars lead up to Mürren and Giethoorn, offering panoramic views and access to a vast network of hiking trails, ski runs, and high alpine routes. In summer, the area is filled with wildflowers, grazing cows, and walkers, while winter brings deep snow and peaceful trekking routes. Local inns serve classic dishes like rosti, barley soup, and apple strudel. Paragliding over Lauterbrunnen's valley floor offers a unique way to experience the dramatic scenery from above. The area is easily reached by train from Interlaken. Veere. Once a major trading hub in Zeeland, Veere is now a peaceful harbor town known for its historic buildings, waterfront charm, and maritime atmosphere. Along the Veere Sakai, visitors can stroll beside the old harbor, where sailboats and yachts line the quays, and cafes offer views across the lake. The town hall, with its slender Gothic tower, marks the heart of the village, while the Grote Kerk, a 15th century church turned cultural center, hosts rotating exhibitions and concerts inside its vaulted interior. Narrow streets lead to traditional Dutch houses, boutique shops, and quiet courtyards filled with flowers and ivy. Nearby, windmills and walking paths trace the edge of Lake Veersmeer, where sailing and paddleboarding are popular in summer months. Seasonal markets and art fairs bring energy to the quiet town, offering a glimpse into local life shaped by centuries of trade, craft, and water. Delft. Known for its signature blue and white pottery, Delft is a historic town where canals, market squares, and quiet courtyards create a scene both elegant and inviting. Once home to painter Johannes Vermeer, Delft blends artistic legacy with everyday Dutch life. Along the Delft Canal, visitors can explore traditional houses, small galleries, and bridges draped in flowers. The town's central square is home to the Nieuwe Kerk, final resting place of the Dutch royal family, and the Stadhuis, a Renaissance-style town hall facing the market. Just a short walk away, the Royal Delft factory continues to produce hand-painted ceramics using 17th century techniques. Nearby, the Vermeer Centrum offers insight into the painter's life and connection to the city. With most attractions located within walking distance, Delft is compact, culturally rich, and easy to explore, offering visitors a close-up look at the artistic and political heart of the Netherlands. Thorn, set in the green hills of Limburg, is known for its whitewashed houses and its rare history as a principality once governed entirely by women. The village is centered around the Romanesque-style Abbey Church, a striking landmark surrounded by quiet streets and ivy-covered courtyards. Museums and former convent buildings explore Thorn's unique political past, while cafes and terraces offer peaceful views of the historic square. Cycling routes connect the village to nearby nature reserves, and local events like summer concerts and artisan markets give visitors a glimpse into regional culture. With its calm atmosphere and layered heritage, Thorn remains one of the most distinctive and elegant villages in the Netherlands. Valkenburg. Set in the rolling hills of South Limburg, Valkenburg feels unlike anywhere else in the Netherlands. Its limestone cliffs, castle ruins, and hilltop views more reminiscent of Central Europe than the lowlands. Carved into the marl stone beneath the town lies a network of underground tunnels and caves, once used as shelters, escape routes, and even secret chapels during wartime. Above ground, the ruins of Valkenburg Castle. The only hilltop castle in the country, stand guard over cobbled streets and riverside cafes. Visitors can wander the Fluweelengrot Velvet Cave, take the cable car up to the Wilhelmina Tower, or stroll through the old town lined with half-timbered facades and terraces tucked under medieval arches. In December, the caves transform into magical underground Christmas markets. With its rare blend of geology, history, and charm, Valkenburg offers a side of the Netherlands few expect, where hills rise, stories are buried in stone, and the past lingers beneath your feet. Ransdorp. Tucked into the green expanse of waterland, just minutes from central Amsterdam, Ransdorp is a village where time lingers between pasture and sky. Surrounded by flat meadows and narrow canals, its most striking feature is a towering square church steeple, a brick sentinel rising above red-roofed homes. Once a thriving agricultural hub, Ransdorp today remains remarkably untouched, its layout, pace, and silence echoing centuries past. Visitors can bike or walk along dike paths that cut through fields of grazing cows, crossing wooden bridges and passing quiet waterways that mirror the sky. The village core is small, just a few streets, but rich in character: crooked fences, tidy gardens, and homes with lace-curtained windows. In late summer, wildflowers bloom along the canal edges. In winter, locals lace up skates when the water freezes. There are no museums, no ticket booths, only wind, grass, and water. And in that simplicity, Ransdorp becomes something rare, a village that still breathes in rhythm with the land. St. Saphorin is a small wine village on the shores of Lake Geneva. Nestled within the UNESCO-listed Lavaux Vineyard Terraces and known for its terraced hillsides and historic stone architecture. Narrow cobbled paths wind through medieval houses draped in vines, leading to wine cellars where visitors can taste chasselas, the crisp white wine native to the region. The vineyards slope gently toward the lake, offering open views across the water to the French Alps. Local eateries serve regional specialties like raclette and grilled lakefish, often paired with chilled glasses of wine grown just meters away. The village is compact and walkable, with quiet alleys, vaulted passageways, and balconies overflowing with flowers. Small art galleries and local wine shops line the main street, while vineyard trails connect to nearby towns like Rivaz and Epesses. With regular train service and easy lake access, Saphorin is a convenient stop for travelers exploring Switzerland's wine country. Epesses is a small wine village perched on the terraced slopes of Lavaux, overlooking Lake Geneva and surrounded by rows of neatly cultivated vineyards. Known for producing Epesses AOC, a crisp and mineral-rich chasselas wine, the village attracts wine lovers seeking quiet tastings and views of the lake framed by distant Alpine peaks. Stone houses with red-tiled roofs line narrow lanes, and many local wine growers open their centuries-old cellars to visitors for sampling and conversation. Well-marked trails wind through the vineyards, offering scenic walking routes with benches and lookouts over the shimmering water below. In autumn, the hillsides glow with golden vines, making it one of the best times to visit for photography and outdoor dining. Restaurants and wine taverns serve simple but flavorful dishes like steamed lakefish or local cheeses, typically paired with wines produced just steps away. Epesses is accessible by train, boat, or vineyard path from nearby Lavaux villages. Zeltwald is a small lakeside village on the southern shore of Lake Brienz. Known for its emerald green waters, traditional chalets, and peaceful alpine setting. Once a quiet fishing community, it has grown in popularity due to its appearance in the Korean drama Crash Landing on You, especially the wooden pier now managed with a small entry fee to control crowds. The village is ideal for outdoor activities. Visitors can rent kayaks or canoes to explore the lake, or walk the Uferweg Trail, a scenic lakeside path with benches overlooking the water and surrounding peaks. Despite its size, Zeltwald offers several lakeside cafes and guest houses serving local dishes like rosti, sausages, and Alpine cheeses. Boat connections to Interlaken and other villages make it easy to include Zeltwald in a day trip. Its unspoiled setting and relaxed pace make it a favorite for travelers seeking quiet moments and lakeside scenery away from the tourist rush. Giethoorn is a small alpine village perched on the cliffs above Lauterbrunnen Valley, known for its unspoiled scenery, car-free environment, and traditional mountain life. Accessible only by cable car or on foot, it has remained free of large-scale tourism and retains a quiet, lived-in feel that appeals to hikers, backpackers, and travelers looking for authenticity. Wooden chalets with hand-painted signs and flower-filled balconies are scattered across green pastures where cows graze freely. Well-marked hiking trails lead to panoramic viewpoints of the Jungfrau region, connecting Giethoorn to nearby villages like Muren and Stekelberg. Local farms produce fresh Alpine cheese, and visitors can purchase homemade goods directly from self-service shelves along the trail. Lodging options include homestays and rustic guest houses where hosts serve hearty meals made with ingredients from the land. With no cars, few shops, and stunning views in every direction, Giethoorn offers a true alpine escape grounded in simplicity and nature. Zermatt is a high-altitude mountain village in the Valais region. located at 1,620 meters and internationally known for its dramatic views of the Matterhorn and its car-free Alpine charm. Traditional wooden chalets line cobbled streets, while electric taxis and horse-drawn carriages provide quiet transport through the village. Bahnhofstrasse serves as the main thoroughfare, leading past boutique shops, cafes, and the historic Walser Quarter with homes over 500 years old. The Matterhorn can be seen from nearly every angle, especially via the Gornergracht Railway or the Klein Matterhorn cable car, which reaches 883 meters, the highest lift-accessible point in Europe. Zermatt offers year-round skiing, glacier hikes, and mountain trails, and now connects directly to Slovenia, Italy via the Matterhorn Alpine Crossing. The Matterhorn Museum Zermatt presents the history of alpinism and the village's development. Restaurants serve classic Swiss fare like cheese fondue and rusty, both in the village and at panoramic huts high in the mountains. Veere de la Frontera is a whitewashed hilltop village in Cádiz province, overlooking Spain's southern Atlantic coast. Enclosed by medieval walls, its narrow alleys wind between lime-plastered houses, tiled patios, and balconies bright with geraniums. At the heart of the village, Plaza de España, lined with palms and a colorful ceramic fountain, serves as a lively gathering place. Highlights include the 10th century castle, the old Jewish quarter, and rooftop restaurants with views of olive groves and rolling countryside. Artisan shops offer ceramics, textiles, and local delicacies. Moorish influence is visible in the village's arches, towers, and street layout. Just 10 minutes away, El Palmar Beach draws surfers and sunset seekers. Veere is part of the Pueblos Blancos route and hosts festivals like the Spring Fair, Feria de Primavera, and Velada de la Virgen de la Oliva, where music, dancing, and local traditions bring the village to life. Nestled between the Tramontana Mountains and the Mediterranean Sea, Dea is a hillside village known for its stone houses, terraced slopes, and creative legacy. Narrow lanes wind past olive trees and artisan studios, offering a peaceful rhythm of local life. Below the village, Cala Dea, a rocky cove with crystal-clear water, invites swimming and seaside dining. The poet Robert Graves lived here for decades, and his former home is now a museum open to visitors. Each summer, Dea hosts the International Music Festival, with classical concerts held in venues like Son Marois and the village church, blending music with stunning sea views at dusk. Hiking trails lead through ancient groves and cliffs, while restaurants serve traditional Majorcan dishes with a view. Cadaqués, Catalonia, where whitewashed alleys meet the Mediterranean. On the edge of the Cap de Cruz Peninsula, Cadaqués is a coastal village where steep hills meet calm seas. Its whitewashed houses and narrow stone alleys slope toward a scenic bay dotted with fishing boats and sunlit terraces. The village is a haven for art lovers, home to Salvador Dali's seaside house in nearby Port Ligat. Now, a museum filled with surreal rooms and sea views. Travelers can kayak through sea caves, snorkel in clear coves, or take boat tours to hidden beaches along the jagged coastline. In the village center, boutique galleries, artisan markets, and ceramic studios line the streets. The Church of Santa Maria offers panoramic views over the terracotta rooftops, especially at sunset. Perched above the El Tajo Gorge, Ronda offers one of Andalusia's most iconic panoramas. The 18th century Puente Nuevo Bridge spans a 120-meter deep chasm, linking the old Moorish quarter with the newer El Mercadillo district. Cobbled lanes wind past landmarks like the Mondragon Palace and 13th century Arab baths, reflecting Ronda's Islamic heritage. From cliffside promenades, visitors enjoy sweeping views of the Serrania de Ronda Mountains and the valley below. Guided tours of Plaza de Toros de Ronda, Spain's oldest bull ring, explore the town's role in shaping bullfighting tradition. Outdoor enthusiasts can hike trails through the gorge and hills, while culinary travelers sample regional wines or join Andalusian cooking classes. Festivals such as Feria de Pedro Romero and Semana Santa bring the streets alive with music, processions, and traditional dress. Dramatically perched on a narrow basalt cliff, Castellfollit de la Roca offers one of Catalonia's most striking village profiles. Formed by two ancient lava flows, the ridge rises nearly 50 meters above the rivers Fluvia and Toronel. With dark stone houses seeming to balance on the edge, built from volcanic rock, the village has a raw, elemental beauty. At its tip stands the Church of Sant Salvador, overlooking the wooded hills and valleys of La Garrocha. Within the old quarter, winding alleys and stone facades preserve a medieval atmosphere, untouched by time. Visitors can pause at quiet cafes or admire the view from scenic lookout points. For outdoor enthusiasts, walking trails connect the village to the nearby volcanic natural park. Located in northern Slovenia, the Kamnik-Savinja Alps and Logar Valley are known for preserving traditional alpine life. In the Logar Valley, travelers can visit working farms, attend cheese-making demonstrations, and stop by family-run guest houses that serve regional specialties like Zganci and sour milk. The Solchava Panoramic Road offers direct access to cultural stops, such as the Church of the Holy Spirit and local craft workshops selling wool, woodwork, and herbal products. Seasonal events like the Solchava Days Festival highlight folk traditions, including hay-cutting competitions and guided forest walks. Further into the Kamnik-Savinja Alps, small mountain villages like Luch remain centers of Slovene rural heritage, where visitors can learn about self-sustaining alpine life. Guided tours also offer insights into nature, wildlife observation, and sustainable tourism methods, making the area a perfect destination for travelers interested in cultural experiences beyond just outdoor adventures. From the quiet rhythms of alpine life, we now move to the vibrant energy of Slovenia's capital, Ljubljana. Ljubljana, Slovenia's capital, is a compact city with a strong cultural pulse and a commitment to sustainability. Visitors can explore open-air markets, like the Central Market designed by architect Jože Plečnik, and attend food festivals such as Open Kitchen Odprta Kuna, where top chefs serve local and global dishes in the main square. The city's historic core features lively pedestrian streets, riverside cafes, and institutions like the National Gallery and Museum of Contemporary Art Metelkova. Ljubljana also has a thriving alternative scene. Metelkova Mesto, a former military barracks, now hosts art exhibits, live music, and street performances year-round. In summer, cultural life spills outdoors with festivals like Ljubljana Festival and Ana Desetnica Street Theater. Eco-conscious travelers will appreciate the city's green credentials, car-free zones, riverbank cycling paths, and easy access to Tivoli Park. From the vibrant capital, we now ascend into the quiet alpine world of Slovenia's pastoral heritage, Velika Planina. Velika Planina is one of Slovenia's few preserved high mountain herdsman settlements, where traditional shepherd life is still practiced. Located above the town of Kamnik, this alpine plateau comes alive in summer when herdsmen return to their wooden huts, many of which date back generations to produce Turnich cheese, a local specialty shaped and decorated by hand. Visitors can explore the Presker Hut Museum, the only remaining example of a fully preserved oval shepherd's hut, and learn about traditional dairy techniques passed down over centuries. The area also hosts seasonal events like the Shepherd's Ball, featuring folk music, dances, and cheese tastings. A cable car and chairlift provide easy access for day trippers, while guided tours introduce guests to mountain pastures, ethnographic stories, and regional customs. For a deeper experience, visitors can even stay overnight in huts built in the traditional style, offering a rare chance to live alongside one of Slovenia's oldest alpine traditions. From these quiet pastures, we now journey deeper into the Julian Alp, Slovenia's most iconic natural wonder, Triglav National Park. Triglav National Park, home to Slovenia's highest peak and its only national park, is more than a nature preserve. It's a symbol of national identity. Named after Mount Triglav, which appears on the country's flag, the park blends alpine landscapes with centuries-old pastoral life. Within the Julian Alps, visitors can explore traditional cheese dairies in the Socha Valley, stay in alpine huts, and follow historic trails once used by shepherds and mountaineers. Cultural sites like the Alpine Dairy Museum in Stara Fugina and WWI Heritage Trails in Kobarid offer historical depth to outdoor adventures. A drive to Mangard Saddle, Slovenia's highest road, brings travelers to scenic viewpoints and border-crossing routes once used by traders and soldiers. Park rangers and local guides run workshops on herbal medicine, beekeeping, and traditional crafts linking ecology with living heritage. This is where outdoor exploration meets cultural immersion, with each path leading to both landscape and legacy. Amid these alpine wonders lies Lake Bohinj, a tranquil glacial lake where nature, tradition, and cultural life converge. Lake Bohinj, nestled within Triglav National Park, is not only Slovenia's largest natural lake, but also a center of cultural and alpine heritage. The nearby village of Stara Fugina hosts the Alpine Dairy Museum, offering insight into the Bohinj region's deep-rooted cheese-making tradition. Each September, the Kalbal Kravji Ball celebrates the return of cattle from mountain pastures with folk music, dancing, and local food, an event that draws both Slovene families and international visitors. The Church of St. John the Baptist, with its 13th century frescoes, anchors the lake's spiritual and historical identity. Travelers can take wooden Pletna-style boats across the lake, hike to Savika Waterfall, or explore trails used for transhumance for centuries. Seasonal markets and eco-farms in the surrounding villages allow visitors to sample regional specialties like Bohinj cheese and herbal honey. Lake Bohinj offers more than views. It connects nature with tradition at every turn. From glacial waters to ancient streets, we now travel eastward to Slovenia's oldest town and a time capsule of its layered history. Tomar is a small historic town by the Nabao River, best known for its links to the Knights Templar. At its core stands the Convento de Cristo, a UNESCO World Heritage Site renowned for its Manueline architecture and symbolic Charola Rotunda. Surrounding it is the Templar Castle, offering panoramic views over the red-tiled rooftops and forested hills. Just outside town, the Aqueduto dos Pegões stretches across the landscape, a remarkable feat of 17th century engineering. Visitors can stroll through the peaceful Seven Hills National Forest, or wander the cobbled streets of the Old Town lined with Gothic churches, artisan shops, and traditional tile facades. Tomar also hosts lively local festivals, including the Festa dos Tabuleiros every 4 years. Culinary highlights include Ensopado de Borrego lamb stew, Fatias de Tomar local egg dessert, and wines from the nearby Tejo region. With its blend of culture, cuisine, and serenity, Tomar offers an immersive taste of Portugal's historical heart. Let's head south to a quiet hilltop village in the Alentejo region. Monsaraz is a small medieval village sitting on a hill in the Alentejo region. Its main attraction is the old castle and stone walls, which give visitors an open view of the surrounding countryside and Alqueva Lake. Walking through the village, you'll find quiet streets, white houses, and small shops selling local crafts. A few minutes away is the Menir do Outeiro, a large standing stone from prehistoric times. In the village square, the Pelourinho de Monsaraz reminds visitors of its past as a place of medieval justice. The House of the Inquisition gives insight into a darker chapter of local history. You can also visit the old cistern and viewing terrace, a peaceful spot for photos or to relax. At sunset, the Alcueva viewpoint is popular for its wide, open skies. Local restaurants serve traditional dishes like assorda and migas, along with wine from nearby vineyards. Now we move to central Portugal, where one of the country's most charming walled towns awaits. Óbidos is a small walled town just an hour from Lisbon, known for its well-preserved medieval charm. One of the best things to do here is walk along the old town walls, where you get clear views of the red rooftops, narrow streets, and the surrounding countryside. Inside the village, you'll pass through the Porta da Vila, a decorated gateway covered in traditional blue and white azulejo tiles. The main street, Rua Direita, is full of stone paving, small cafes, bookstores, and souvenir shops. Be sure to stop by Capinha do Óbidos Bakery, where you can try the town's unique cherry liqueur and chocolate cake. Outside the walls, the Óbidos Swing is a fun photo spot with a great backdrop. If you visit at the right time of year, the town also hosts the International Chocolate Festival, with creative chocolate sculptures and street food. Óbidos is compact, easy to explore on foot, and great for a day trip. Just an hour away, we arrive in Portugal's vibrant capital. Lisbon is the capital of Portugal and one of Europe's most scenic cities, built on 7 hills with views over the Tagus River. Start your visit to Lisbon at the Torre de Belém, a 16th century riverside tower and UNESCO World Heritage Site that once guarded the city's harbor. Nearby is the Geronimus Monastery, another impressive landmark from the Age of Discovery. To get a feel for Old Lisbon, head to the Alfama district, where narrow alleys lead to Castelo de São Jorge, offering some of the best city views. One of the easiest ways to explore is by hopping on Tram 28, which winds through the city's hills and historic neighborhoods. For panoramic views, check out popular miradouros like Senhora do Monte or Eduardo VII Park. Don't leave without trying a pastel de Belém, the original version of Portugal's famous custard tart, served warm and crispy just outside the monastery. Leaving the coast behind, we travel north to one of the oldest cities in Portugal. Braga is one of Portugal's oldest cities and a key religious center in the north. Its most iconic site is the sanctuary of Bom Jesus do Monte, known for its long Baroque staircase that winds up a forested hill. You can climb it on foot or take the historic funicular, the oldest water-powered lift in the world. In the city center, the Braga Cathedral Sé de Braga stands as the oldest cathedral in the country, blending Romanesque and Gothic styles. Enter through the Arco da Porta Nova, a stone gate that marks the entrance to the Old Town. For a relaxing break, head to the Jardim de Santa Bárbara, a well-kept garden next to the Episcopal Palace. The Biscaínos Museum is also worth a visit, with furnished rooms from past centuries. Braga is also surrounded by more pilgrimage sites, like the Samero Sanctuary and Holy Cross Church, both offering peaceful views and quiet atmosphere. Trujillo is a medieval hill town built of gold and stone, where fortified walls, Renaissance palaces, and arcaded plazas echo Spain's imperial legacy. At its summit stands Trujillo Castle, a 9th century fortress offering panoramic views of the plains. Below, Plaza Mayor anchors the town with elegant arcades, the bronze statue of Conquistador Francisco Pizarro, and mansions built by explorers returning from the New World. Narrow lanes wind past Romanesque and Gothic churches, including the soaring towers of Santa Maria la Mayor. Museums like Casa de Pizarro trace the town's colonial past, while family-run taverns serve Extremaduran specialties such as Iberian ham and sheep's cheese. Each spring, Trujillo hosts the vibrant National Cheese Festival, where hundreds of artisanal cheeses are showcased in open-air tastings and local music fills the square. At the southernmost tip of mainland Europe, Tarifa faces the Strait of Gibraltar, just 14 kilometers from Africa. Its architecture reflects centuries of cultural exchange, with Moorish walls, whitewashed alleys, and Gothic Baroque churches. The Church of San Mateo, built over a former mosque, often hosts concerts and local religious festivals. At Puerta de Jerez, visitors can join guided tours exploring the old town's Islamic and Christian layers. Traditional houses with inner patios and tiled facades open during cultural events like Noche en Blanco, while small plazas come alive with flamenco shows, food stalls, and artisan markets. Street art tours highlight the town's surf culture and migrant heritage, blending modern identity with deep tradition. Visitors can also enjoy Andalusian cooking classes or sip mint tea in Moroccan-inspired cafes. Clinging to the steep coastline of northern Spain, Lastres is a traditional Asturian fishing village where whitewashed houses cascade down toward the Cantabrian Sea. The old town is a maze of narrow, sloped streets and stone stairways, leading to scenic overlooks and sheltered coves once bustling with fishing boats. At the top stands the Church of Santa Maria de Sabada, offering panoramic views of tiled rooftops and ocean mist. Visitors can explore the Maritime Museum of Asturias nearby or walk coastal trails through green hills and rugged cliffs. Lastres is also known as the filming location for the Spanish TV series Dr. Mateo, and walking tours take fans through key sites. Local restaurants serve fresh seafood, especially Asturian-style octopus, and cider poured from height in the region's traditional style. Albarracin is a historic hill town in Aragon, known for its defensive walls, reddish stone houses, and clifftop position above the Guadalaviar River. Visitors can explore the remains of the Moorish Alcázar, walk the medieval walls with views over pine-covered valleys, or visit the Andador Tower, one of the oldest parts of the fortifications. In the town center, the Cathedral of El Salvador features Gothic and Mudéjar architecture, and the Diocesan Museum showcases religious art, tapestries, and manuscripts. Narrow streets lead to small plazas, craft shops, and traditional homes with wooden balconies and carved doors. Local restaurants serve game meats and dishes made with mushrooms from nearby forests. Just outside town, trails through the Sierra de Albarracin connect to viewpoints, red rock formations, and sites with prehistoric cave paintings, such as Pinturas Rupestres del Prado del Navazo, a UNESCO-listed site. Festivals like Fiesta de Santa Maria and the Medieval Market bring in local food, music, and costumed parades. Cudillero is a coastal fishing village in northern Spain. Known for its hillside houses painted in bright colors and arranged like an amphitheater around a small harbor. The narrow streets climb steeply from the waterfront, leading to scenic viewpoints such as Mirador del Pico and La Garita, where visitors can see the full curve of the village and the sea beyond. Local restaurants along the port serve fresh seafood, including grilled squid and hake caught the same day. The town center is compact, with souvenir shops, family-run cafes, and daily activity focused around the harbor. Cudillero also hosts La Muravela, a traditional festival in late June featuring a humorous speech in local dialect, delivered from a boat to the crowd. From the village, visitors can easily reach Playa del Silencio, a secluded beach known for its dramatic cliffs, or hike coastal trails that link Cudillero with other villages in Asturias. Parking is available just outside the old town. Ptuj, Slovenia's oldest recorded town, is a living museum of history layered with Roman, medieval, and folkloric traditions. Visitors can explore Ptuj Castle, which houses collections of traditional instruments, feudal armor, and regional costumes. The town's Roman roots are visible in sites like Mithra shrines and the Orpheus Monument, while cobbled streets lead to thermal spas, wine cellars, and artisan workshops. Ptuj is best known for hosting Kurentovanje, Slovenia's largest and most iconic carnival. Each February, costumed figures called Kurenti, clad in sheepskin and cowbells, parade through town to chase away winter, a tradition recognized by UNESCO. The nearby Haloze wine region offers tastings of local varietals, especially Lashki, Riesling, and Schippan, often served in centuries-old cellars. From thermal wellness to ancient rituals, Tuj offers an immersive blend of heritage and hospitality, making it a cultural anchor far beyond its quiet riverside setting. From Slovenia's oldest town, we head northwest into its youngest waters, Zaanse Springs, where the Sava River begins its journey in a burst of alpine color. Zaanse Springs, located near Kranjska Gora in northwestern Slovenia, marks the emerald source of the Sava River and holds protected status as a nature reserve. Though small in size, the area plays a vital role in both local ecology and cultural identity. The wooden boardwalks and observation platforms allow for quiet exploration of this alpine wetland, where bubbling underwater springs give the lake its trademark turquoise hue. Beyond its beauty, Zaanse serves as an educational site-guided nature walks, often focus on native plants, wetland conservation, and the mythology of Slovenia's landscapes. Nearby Kranjska Gora hosts seasonal events like the Snow and Ice Sculpture Festival, while visitors can also stop at Rateče village to explore ethnographic museums and sample Carniolan sausage and Idovish Gansi buckwheat spoon bread. A visit to Zaanse blends calm observation with a broader understanding of Slovenia's natural rhythms and rural traditions. Maribor may be Slovenia's second-largest city, but its soul belongs to the vineyards and riverside calm of the countryside. Along the banks of the Drava River lies the historic Lent district, home to the Stara Tartia, the oldest grapevine in the world, still producing fruit officially recognized by the Guinness World Records. Maribor's roots run deep in the tradition of winemaking, especially in its renowned white wines. Visitors can descend into the Weinig wine cellar, an atmospheric underground labyrinth stretching for kilometers beneath the city. Architectural highlights include the 15th century Maribor Castle and the Gothic Cathedral of St. John. In summer, the Lent festival brings music, dance, and theater to the riverfront, turning the city into a cultural hub. For outdoor enthusiasts, cycling routes wind through surrounding vineyards, and the nearby Drava Center offers kayaking and paddleboarding. Just minutes away, the Pohorji Mountains provide easy access to hiking trails, scenic cable cars, and chilled winter ski slopes. Leaving the underground wonders behind, we ascend to one of Slovenia's most iconic landscapes, Lake Bled, where fairytale beauty floats on alpine waters. Lake Bled is one of Slovenia's most iconic destinations, known not just for its beauty, but for its layered cultural offerings. At its center stands Bled Island, home to the Church of the Assumption, where visitors ring the wishing bell, a long-standing tradition for luck and blessings. Accessed by hand-rowed pletna boats, the island visit includes insights into centuries-old pilgrimage practices. Overlooking the lake, Bled Castle houses a museum, traditional printing press, and a wine cellar where guests can bottle their own wine. The area also hosts Bled Days, a summer festival with illuminated eggshell lanterns floating on the lake and open-air crafts markets. The town of Bled also features wellness centers and historic hotels, such as the Grand Hotel Topless, known for its thermal springs and lakeside views. Rowing is a major local tradition. Lake Bled regularly hosts international regattas, including the World Rowing Championships. For those interested in regional crafts, nearby villages offer workshops in beekeeping, embroidery, and woodcarving, allowing visitors to engage with Gorenjska's artisanal heritage. From the misty peaks of the Alps, we journey south to the Adriatic coast, where the seaside town of Piran offers a different kind of enchantment, shaped by salt, sea, and centuries of Venetian influence. Piran, located on Slovenia's short Adriatic coast, blends Venetian architecture with a strong maritime heritage. The town's heart is Tartini Square, named after violinist and composer Giuseppe Tartini, whose birthplace is now a small museum showcasing his life and instruments. Visitors can climb the bell tower of St. George's Church for views across the Gulf of Trieste or walk along the old town walls, built to protect the city from Ottoman attacks. The Maritime Museum offers exhibits on fishing, salt production, and naval history, key elements of Piron's identity. Local salt pans, still operational in nearby Sechovlia, produce traditional hand-harvested sea salt and host a small museum. Culinary travelers can explore family-run seafood restaurants serving Istrian dishes like cuttlefish risotto and olive oil-dressed salads. With pedestrian-only streets, art galleries, and cultural festivals throughout the year, Piron offers a relaxed but meaningful introduction to Slovenia's coastal culture. Sintra is a small town just outside Lisbon, known for its fairytale palaces, mountain air, and lush forests. Its most famous landmark is the Palacio de Pena, a colorful 19th century palace sitting high on a hill, often surrounded by mist. The town is filled with other must-see spots, starting with the Quinta da Regaleira, a mysterious estate with gardens, tunnels, and the famous spiral initiation well. Not far away, the Castelo dos Mouros offers a walk along ancient stone walls and wide views over the region. In the town center, the white twin chimneys of the Palacio Nacional de Sintra mark one of Portugal's oldest royal residences. For something different, visit the Palacio de Monserrate, a palace with exotic Moorish design and botanical gardens. Finally, a short drive takes you to Cabo da Roca, the westernmost point of mainland Europe, where steep cliffs drop into the Atlantic Ocean. Now it's time to explore Portugal's second city full of riverside energy and rich tradition. Porto is a coastal city in northern Portugal, known for its riverside charm, steep streets, and rich wine culture. One of the most iconic sights is the Dom Luís Bridge, a double-deck iron bridge with great views over the Douro River and the colorful Ribeira district. Down by the water, Cais da Ribeira is full of bars, cafes, and boat tours perfect for exploring or relaxing. Climb the Clérigos Tower for a full view of the city, or visit the nearby Clérigos Church, a standout Baroque building. Book lovers often head to Livraria Lello, one of the world's most beautiful bookstores, famous for its curved staircase and stained glass. São Bento Station is also worth a stop, with stunning azulejo tile panels telling Portugal's history. Just across the river in Vila Nova de Gaia, you can tour port wine cellars, taste different vintages, and visit interactive exhibits at the World of Wine complex. Heading inland, we visit a city layered with Roman, Gothic, and medieval history. Évora is a historic town in Portugal's Alentejo region, known for its mix of Roman ruins, medieval churches, and unusual landmarks. Its most famous site is the Chapel of Bones Capela dos Ossos, a small Gothic chapel decorated with thousands of real human bones meant to remind visitors of life's shortness. In the town center, you'll find the Temple of Diana, one of the best preserved Roman temples on the Iberian Peninsula. Nearby is the Évora Cathedral, a massive stone church with red tile rooftops and great rooftop views. The Igreja dos Loyos stands out for its bright blue and white azulejo tiles inside. The main square, Praça do Giraldo, is a good place to relax with a coffee and people watch. Just outside the city, the Almendris Cromlech offers a look at Portugal's prehistoric past, a circle of standing stones older than Stonehenge. Évora is walkable, calm, and full of layers from different centuries. Next, we take a short flight off the mainland to the island capital of Madeira. Funchal is the capital of Madeira and the main gateway to the island's tropical landscapes and coastal views. One of its top attractions is the Funchal cable car, which connects the city center to the hillside Monte district, giving visitors wide views over the Atlantic and the city's rooftop. At the top, You can explore the Madeira Botanical Garden, home to local plants, colorful flowers, and shaded walking paths. Back in town, the Mercado dos Lavradores is a popular stop, where you'll find tropical fruits, island-grown flowers, and fresh seafood. The market is especially lively in the mornings and offers a great way to sample local flavors. Funchal also has a laid-back harbor area, perfect for sunset walks or starting a boat tour. Whether you're here for gardens, markets, or mountain views, Funchal is a good base for exploring what Madeira is best known for: nature, climate, and relaxed island life. Algarve stretches along Portugal's southern coast like a living postcard, where golden beaches, wave-carved cliffs, and Moorish hill towns converge under 300 days of sun. Adventurers kayak into the legendary Benagil Cave, hike rugged trails in Monchique's forested hills, or surf the Atlantic breaks near Sagre. Culture lovers trace centuries of history in Silves, climb castle towers, or explore whitewashed fishing villages like Ferragudo, where time moves slower. Nature seekers drift through the serene wetlands of Ria Formosa, spotting flamingos and taking boat rides to untouched islands like Ilha Deserta. In Lagos and Albufeira, nightlife and beach clubs buzz until dawn, perfect for younger travelers. Families relax on calm shores in Tavira, while foodies savor cataplana stew, fresh oysters, and Algarve wines by the sea. Whether you crave solitude, adventure, or celebration, Algarve adapts. It's not just one kind of destination, it's many worlds in one stretch of coastline, waiting to be explored at your pace. 50 places explored, yet the map of Europe still hides countless wonders. Beyond guidebooks and glossy photos lie unmarked landscapes, untouched villages, and stories still waiting to be lived. Some are hidden in mountain passes, others along forgotten coastlines, and many in the quiet heart of ancient towns. The beauty of Europe is not only in what can be seen, but in what can be felt: the stillness of dawn over a misty lake, the rhythm of footsteps on cobblestones, the echo of a bell in the evening air. This is not the end. It is only the first chapter of an endless story, and the next destination may be even more extraordinary than all that came before.